Ja, keine Argumente, kein Punkt, Alter. Das sind Videos für mich, Alter. Scheiß auf Argumente. Ich bin Anarchist und kein Argumentwichser. Ich brauch keine Argumente, ich brauch nur eine Blackadder V3, Alter. Havana, Kila, Havana. Das ist crazy, Alter. Das Universum hat ihr Zeichen geschickt, Alter. Ein brennender Busch vielleicht. Wir schauen jetzt Israeli Instagram ist insane. Wenn ihr mehr von solchen Videos sehen wollt, folgt mir doch auf YouTube. Und oder schaut meinen Podcast, schreibt Kommentare, seid lieb und Support ist kein Mord und so, kostet auch nichts. So. Scheiße. Ja, ey, kacke. ey.
אני רוצה לעצור לרגע ולהגיד תודה לכל מי שנלחם יום יום למען ישראל, למען האמת ולמען המאבק באנטישמיות. תודה ליוסף חדד, חן מזיג, אמילי שטריידר, נועה תשבי, אילון לוי, רודי רוחמן.
It is never too late to change your life. I'm 38 years old. I booked a one-way ticket to Tel Aviv. I'm single, left my entire life behind in
Geil, sie ist Single.
LA 1 month ago. I'm here until September and then I'm going to figure out if I want to be here permanently. But it has transformed my entire life. And not just because I'm in Tel Aviv, of course, this place is so special and magical and the energy
Ja, echt so, Alter.
is unmatched. But
Hi everyone, I'm Tash, I'm the new intern, and today we're going to be playing a game of She's a 10 but. She's a 10 but she's dated half of Dizengot.
10. She looks amazing.
She's a 10 but her entire personality is that she's made Aliyah.
It's the best.
Her entire personality.
I told you. If she Aliyah,
She's the best.
the best.
Das ist ein Ali. Was ist denn hier los? Warte. Das ist krass. Deutsche Schäferhunde, ne? Bei der IDF. Wer hätte gedacht, Alter? Wer hätte gedacht? Geil, Alter. Was steht da? Superwoman Israelite? Was, Alter? Captain Israel. Das wild, Alter. Moin Felix. Moin Felix.
Vamos! Great job! Are there any Jews here? No! Are you sure? No! No Jews here? No! Not even one? No!
Sieht auch gar nicht aus wie KI.
Are you Jewish?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
Ramat Gan.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why are you here?
I'm here to support Palestine.
I'm taking you home. Donnie, listen carefully!
Oh, fuck.
We are not scared! We will not cower! We will not bend the knee! We will remain as proud Jews!
Jupiter war ich nicht vorbereitet. Alter. Cyber-Zionist, Alter. Einfach Jupiter. Das ist crazy, Alter. Den Übergang, der hat mich kalt erwischt auch.
We will remain as proud Jews!
Jupiter, the jewel of the Zion Empire.
The Jewel.
So a couple weeks back, I posted on my Twitter feed basically what my algorithm had served me up on Instagram, and I don't know why this happened.
Naja. Er hat bestimmt 20 Mal Boom Boom Tel Aviv gehört und dann kam auf einmal Ditte.
But you
Dann
know,
dachte er sich, Mensch, schon witzig.
when you just like flick down when you're scrolling or whatever, suddenly I entered
Ey, als jemand, der Hautärzte kennt, würde ich sagen, ab nach Tel Aviv. Mit der Haut auf jeden Fall. So. Ey, Wüste ist dein Ort, Bro. Geh hin.
the world of Israeli Instagram and Israeli Instagram reels, and it's just something I had never been exposed to before, and it's guess like something I always knew
That's crazy.
existed, and I'd made previous videos about IDF TikTok where they're pandering to like a Western audience by focusing on like feminism or disability rights in the
Feminism, Alter. Lass mal ein paar Frauen und Kinder erschießen. Aber feministisch.
context of the IDF, right? And I always thought like, you know, they're obviously targeting a certain audience, but I didn't really have any representation of what that audience actually looked like. Like you see the mainstream liberal Zionist in America and you think that's the people this propaganda is for. I was pretty unaware like how vast it was and how just fucking insane it is. Now, a lot of the times my videos have an argument or a point, loads of structure or whatever. This is not this.
Ja, keine Argumente, kein Punkt, Alter. Das sind Videos für mich, Alter. Scheiß auf Argumente.
Video. I just saw this and I feel like you have to see it too. Like there's gonna be some obviously making fun of these guys, but there is an
Carrie
underlying
Bradshaw,
point that this is just
Carrie
sick,
Bradshaw.
and it's like if the
Japanese
Nazis
Menschen,
had
die nach
social
Israel
media,
ziehen, geil.
this is what they would be posting. And I guess for a lot of us in the West, what is so disturbing about a lot of this
Kein Argument mehr ziehen, nicht hier, Alter. bin Anarchist und kein Argumentmixer. Ich brauche keine Argumente. Ich brauche nur eine Blackadder V3, Alter, mit den 190 Pfund Wurfarm und den 18 Bolzen Magazin.
Content is that, of course, it's being made in a settler colonial apartheid state that is currently engaging in multiple wars and a genocide. And here are people just posting about what's their favorite nightclub or what's their favorite bar to go to, or just, you know, dating in Tel Aviv and how it's going and shit like that. And that's obviously super dystopian and disgusting. But I guess for a lot of us in the West, what makes it even more disturbing is these people look just like us. Most of
Die sehen aus wie wir. War verrückt, echt? Die sehen aus wie wir? That's crazy, Alter.
the people in this look like average Westerners. Lots of them have American accents, lots of them have British accents, and they're
Distanz, das ist nicht wie wir.
posting on social media just like we do, but in a completely different context, in a country they're actively supporting in genociding a whole people and living in a country that is built on a very recent genocide. I'm just going to go through a few of these for you today. I hate AI anyway, but
Ja, wenn es funktioniert, ja nicht, schwarze Arzenpropaganda, Schere.
what AI allows
Moin, some T-Guy.
the far right, and in this context Zionists, to do is to just create a complete fan fiction of reality. And you're going to see that in this video. I found this account. So he mixes real videos with fake AI videos, but people watching it don't know the difference. He's doing something called, I think it's called Tefillin,
Ja.
where Jewish people have like a box on their head tied to this leather that they wrap around their arm, and they contain handwritten passages from the Torah, I think. So I'm just going to show you some of these videos. He shows himself at pro-Palestine protests, asking people to join in with him doing this, but it's an AI version of him. So fucking weird.
Feeling right here. Come rap, connect. It's with love. Hey, brother, you Jewish?
Yeah, my mom's from Yavne, but I haven't done this in years.
Perfect. Let's do it together right here.
Palestine March?
Why not? Connection beats division. Give me your arm. We'll start here.
Okay.
Are there any Jews here?
No!
Are you sure?
No!
No Jews here?
No!
Not even one?
Alter, eine Q4 mit David-Stern unten drauf und also halb Israel-Flagge ist schon wild, Alter.
Are you Jewish?
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
Ramat Gan.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why are you here?
I'm here to support Palestine.
I'm taking you home. Is anyone here Jewish?
I'm Jewish.
Tschüss. Nein, die küssen sich jetzt. Oh Gott.
Excuse
Ja, Bobstream, moin Benulin.
me, is anyone here Jewish?
I am.
So
Sorry.
strange.
Ich wusste, die Musik muss rausgeschnitten werden wegen Copyright Infringement. Die Coffee Cups nicht zu Juden nachgesungen.
To post your
Hab gehört, Bob streamt, ey.
barely disguised fetish. Like, why in this video is he just picking up some random like guy at the Palestine protest, hugging, saying, "I'm going to take you home," and then in another video, kissing some AI women? People are just losing their minds because of AI, and this is what it looks like when you devote your entire existence to an apartheid state and making these fan fictions. Because why don't you go to a pro-Palestine protest and try and preach about how great Zionism is and stuff? But again,
Weil da zusammengelatscht wird, hä?
people on Israeli Instagram think this shit is real, and I always, when I watch these videos, I'm like, how the fuck does anyone think this is real? But again, I've been seeing so much more AI slop in my feed these days, and all the comments make me lose faith in humanity. This is what happens when you just project onto people. Like, you think, oh, I can see clearly it's AI.
Nee, das sieht richtig echt aus.
So 90% of people will be able to see it, but
Oh, die Flammen gehen an. Ich wusste, dass die Flammen angehen. Geil,
they're
Alter.
not. But this is actually
Digga, wenn du mal Feuer für deinen Joint brauchst, Alter, kommt er an und legt einfach die Hand auf die Brust.
90% of people will be able to see it, but they're not.
Ja, Alter, stell dir vor, da ein Gibbet anzünden.
This is actually a common trend. Like, I see a lot of Israeli TikToks making like AI scenarios about pro-Palestinian protests. But I do want to go on now to the most disturbing account I found. And it's just like,
Von denen lasse ich mir nichts anzünden. Auf korrekt.
I made a video maybe 2.5 years ago.
Du
It
Mohannes.
was about this influencer who's like a chef. And she just made like very typical cooking content. And then suddenly she was cooking at this kitchen just outside the Gaza border for IDF soldiers.
Here's another day in the life as a private celebrity chef in Beverly Hills. One of my clients wanted grain-free flax and chia pancakes along with green juice and a probiotic shot. And then I made some coffee and they wanted it to go, so I quickly Ubered over some Starbucks to-go cups, and then the second client wanted scrambled eggs with sprouted buckwheat gluten-free toast. Here is part 2 of private chefing on an army base for 600 soldiers in
Geil.
Israel. Don't let him lie to you. After cutting way too many onions, I get all of my mise en place and start on a fennel, potato, and celery salad, and I get turmeric all over myself. No one saw that. The IDF
Alter, da eine Flasche Abführmittel rein, Alter. Wäre schon geil.
not only has Israelis, but Moroccans, Druze, and Arabs.
Die würden sich alle ihre Uniform voll scheißen. Mann, wäre das gut.
So there was pressure when it came to my spice vegetable dish, and then all of my very hungry soldiers lined up from Gaza, and yes, I got in a Hummer, I couldn't help myself. And then it was time to serve the lunch, and there were hundreds of soldiers lining up for my delicious food, which they loved. This soldier was one of the cutest ones, so of course I personally fed him seconds, but there were other runners. After many hours of cooking, I went to take a break. Just for reference, this is how close I was to Gaza. Then I went to do dinner service.
Das ist halt klar, ey, wirklich, Alter.
And ended with some time. Gave me some high fives, so I think my food made the cut. We packed up more meals, then I ended the day with falafel.
Just the whole package of it was absolutely sickening. Just the tone of it, how she was talking about it. And this is basically, the way I could describe this is, what if Carrie Bradshaw was in Nazi Germany or something? Like, this is what this account is. She talks about like her dating life, talks about loads of different things to do with just like living in Tel Aviv, but with a good
Ich crashe in Eurotag-Simulator, weil ich auf den zweiten Bildschirm mir den Geuslop angucke.
Dose of pro-Zionist propaganda. I want to start with the video I hated the most though. So this is about a dog I think she adopted.
My stray cousin dog is an asshole. He barks at people who look weird. He's killed multiple birds. He's possessive and protective. And if you're wearing a scarf on your head, he'll probably growl at you. Because you remind him of...
Gut, ey, aber alles auch Sachen, die Tobias Hoch auch machen würde, oder?
She adopted.
My stray cousin dog is an asshole. He barks at
Okay, Tobias Hoch.
people who look weird.
Barks at people look weird,
He's
ja.
killed multiple birds.
Killed multiple birds, safe.
He's possessive and protective.
Possessive and protective. Na, protective würde ich nicht sagen, possessive auf jeden
And if
Fall.
you're wearing a scarf on your head, he'll probably growl at you.
Ja, Tobias Hoch einfach. Sie hat Tobias Hoch adoptiert.
Because you remind him of where he came from. But only I'm allowed to say these things about him. Not you. Because you don't know his story. You don't understand that we found each other one random day near the Gaza border 2 months after the 7th. You don't understand that I had just moved to Israel when the war broke out. And I felt so completely isolated and alone. And apparently so did he.
Wie sollen denn so die Leute ihre Booster-Shots bekommen? Ist
He
so.
was sick and skinny and covered in fleas, and on a whim, I took him home to mine, only to have to move out because my roommate didn't want a wild dog like him. You don't understand that I spent all the money I didn't have as a nuala on him, because that's what you do for family. And while you might see an aggressive dog, I see a baby who's trying to keep his mom safe the only way he knows how. And that's something you'll probably never understand.
So yeah, I just
Nee, verstehe ich nicht.
find it so disturbing. Like, she's just talking about raising this dog she found near the border of Gaza, which you don't know for sure, but is it possible that the reason the dog was on its own is because the country you're in killed his owners? Because that's actually something
Nee, was?
that happened, and you saw a lot of this happening, that people were taking dogs that had come over from Gaza, talking about how badly the Palestinians treat them, and they're actually saving the dogs from these bloodthirsty Palestinians and stuff. It's just like a really gross bit of propaganda that
Vom Sauter wurde von IDF-Soldaten misshandelt. Ey, sonst wäre er nicht obdachlos. Also, wenn die, guck mal, also, ich weiß nicht, wie so vor den 7. Oktober mit den streunenden Hunden in Gaza war, aber wenn da so viele Hunde rumstreuen jetzt auf einmal, natürlich sind die IDF-Soldaten schuld. Wer hat sonst die Gebäude von denen weggebombt, die Familie vertrieben und so eine Scheiße?
blends so much of just the most toxic elements of Western culture. Like, I'm obviously not against
Ja, genau, Rockdauburger, der Hund hätte noch Familie ohne die IDF.
people who love their pets and stuff, but I feel like in Western culture specifically, we care more often about things like people's dogs or finding stray dogs than we do actually about human life. And no more is that represented in an Israeli Carrie Bradshaw talking about how she found this dog in the midst of a genocide.
Guten Morgen, du schon live, was ist denn da los? Spätschicht? Bunny, das liegt daran, dass ich bin heute zur Arbeit gefahren und die haben gesagt, nö, doch nicht. Und dann bin ich wieder nach Hause. Also ich war heute früh schon auf Arbeit. Die haben gesagt, nee, doch nicht. Und dann dachte ich stream, weil ich werde die nächsten 15 Tage durcharbeiten.
While also on her account promoting shit like this, like my country fighting for women in Iran, be able to one day run around in a pretty dress with their hair down is the only Women's Day gift I need. She's talking about a country, Israel and America, that bombed a girls' school in Iran. So all those girls are never going to get to run around the beach because you didn't free them. You support an army that just killed a bunch of random civilians for no reason. So I'm just going to show you a few more.
Ich bin's, der Bundi, Hai aus Deutschland, Alter 4.
This page.
Dating in Tel Aviv sucks if you let it suck. Don't hate me for saying this, but it's a choice.
Was?
Killed a bunch of random civilians for no reason. So I'm just going to show you a few more posts from this page.
Dating in Tel Aviv sucks
Ist so.
if you let it suck. Don't
Bla bla bla, Sahur. Glaubt ihr mit einem Wassermelon-Tattoo auf dem Unterarm? Ich möchte jetzt niemanden speziell ansprechen. Man gar nicht, wahr? Nee, ist völlig viel zu klein.
hate me for saying this, but it's a choice. I'm over the whole Tel Aviv men are awful thing. Because if a man is awful to me, I just stop seeing him. But Julia, it's not that.
Ja. Was triffst du dich denn auch mit einem Mann, der scheiße ist? Das halbe, nur Statement hier.
Simple, you say. And you're right.
Imagine da ein IDF-Soldier matchen. Die müssen alle zur Armee. Also du matchst höchstwahrscheinlich immer einen IDF-Soldier.
It's not. You become the main character of your little Aliyah rom-com. And all those shitty Tel Aviv guys you meet end up being background characters in a 2-minute montage before you finally meet the one. And by the
Here's a morning in my life.
What was the moment you realized maybe they just hate it because you're jealous? Ja, ich wollte schon immer mal Familien erschießen und Häuser wegbomben. Da hab ich richtig Bock drauf. Da bin ich richtig neidisch auch drauf.
Here's a morning in my life as a not rich girl living in Tel Aviv. So many people assume you have to be rich to move to Israel on your own, or that you have to have rich parents. I'm sure you can tell by.
Ich hab gehört, der Mieter ist richtig billig, wenn du vorher einen Palästinenser rausgetreten hast. Aber hey, was weiß ich schon.
Now that I am neither. You know what? I'm not ashamed to admit that. You see, I used to compare myself all the time to the girls who make Aliyah in the most aesthetic way possible. You know.
Hast du nächsten Freitag so, nee, da muss ich Genozid begehen. He's such a brave warrior. Am Israel Schei jetzt, Wally Trottel.
They move to giant apartments in central Tel Aviv. They go to fancy restaurants literally every night. And they leave you wondering, how the heck do you afford this lifestyle on like an intern's salary?
Massethoff, ja.
Let me get this straight. So the real Jews are Palestinians.
Und wenn er dabei stirbt, wird trotzdem abgepumpt. Das ist das Gruseligste, ja.
But most Palestinians want Jews to be eradicated off this planet. Being an Ashkenazi Jew is just being European because Judaism is a religion, and yet my DNA test literally says Jewish on it. Also,
cool.
DNA tests are
Wird mein DNA-Test auch sagen, aber ey, juckt auch.
banned in Israel, but I took one half a year ago and I still haven't been arrested. And you want me to go back to Europe, but you don't want Palestinians to go back to Jordan and Egypt and Syria and wherever they originally came from? Make it make sense. Please make it make sense, you guys.
So like I said at the start of the video, what makes these things so
Ohne Mietendecke will ich in Tel Aviv nicht leben. Jan van Aken. Hey, ich glaube, Jan van Aken kümmert sich gerade um die Mietendecke in Tel Aviv. Mach dir keine Sorgen, Alter.
like disturbing in a lot of ways is just like how relatable it is to Westerners generally, and then it just throws in some like propaganda around Gaza, propaganda about Iran, and just reminding you that this isn't taking place in like a flat in Paris or London. It's taking place in an apartment built on top of a genocide that is done in like people alive today's lifetimes. While this state
Ob die eine Penispumpe in der Uniform haben, die losgeht, wenn der Herzschlag nicht mehr da ist? Ich glaube, wenn der Herzschlag nicht mehr da ist, dann nützt die Penispumpe auch nichts, aber was weiß ich.
is currently doing a genocide. And
Keine Ahnung, wie die abgemolken werden.
While it's doing these things, while also posting like she's Israeli Carrie Bradshaw. But again, like this is just the ecosystem that we're never exposed to on just like our own little feeds, because you might get American content. I know I get a lot of British and Irish content, stuff that I like engage with. But I'm obviously, firstly, rarely going to go looking for this type of content, but I'm never going to be liking stuff that puts me in this direction. But this is just like the bubble these people live in. Like people watch that and there's nothing in their head that thinks that's kind of like chilling or that's kind of like disturbing or like watching content from a country like this while someone is like talking about their dating life while also talking about why she puts
Das mit den Abmelken müssen die Kameraden übernehmen. Das sind ja auch alles in der Grundausbildung. Ah, okay.
supports war in Iran, like because she wants to free women. It's just like I said, it's a disgusting blend of woke fascism, and these people in this bubble don't see anything wrong about posting.
Rogue Fascism ist ein geiles Wort, Alter.
It's like there's nothing in their mind that thinks they might be doing something wrong. And I guess that's why people, like, when you watch this like myself, even though the content might not be completely shocking on its own, it's the context that which the content is filmed in that makes it disturbing. So here's another bizarre page I found. This isn't in English, and it's Captain Israel. So it's a Captain America standing for Israel. And let's just watch some of this content.
כקפטן ישראל עם משהו נוסף. לא להיות עוד קול, לא להתחרות באף אחד, אלא לחבר את
Die Frage ist es jetzt KI?
כולם, ליצור בית אחד לכל מי שאוהב את ישראל, מאמין באמת ורוצה להפיץ אור במקום חושך.
Oder hat er denn wirklich gebastelt?
כי כשגיבורים פועלים לבד הם משפיעים.
Und die nennen mich geisteskrank, bist du auch. Aber nur, es darf ja mehr als ein Geisteskranken auf dem Planeten geben.
גיבורים פועלים יחד, הם משנים את העולם.
אז באתי לנתניה, אין על נתניה, איזה קבלת פנים, מחכה לפגוש אתכם באילת, בירושלים. תמיד בסוף ננצח, עם ישראל חי.
Macht Captain Israel auch bei der Hannibal-Doktrin mit? Ich glaube, der wird als Erster erschossen, wenn die Hannibal-Doktrin einsetzt.
Vamos! Great job!
Geil, Alter.
Yeah, there you have it. Captain Israel supporting the genocide and supporting all these propaganda.
Ich sehe nur die Ähnlichkeit mit Held der Steine. Ey, ist auch ein bisschen sass, muss man sagen. Stimmt schon.
And a weird thing I might have thrown in there for you. What I've seen on Israeli social media is they've been
Moin, ist das eigentlich auch der Typ im Video am Essen? Nee, keine Ahnung.
posting a lot about the World Cup. But they've been making AI videos that make it look like Israel are actually at the World Cup, which is just so fucking strange. If, for context, people don't know, Israel should not be playing in European qualification, but because obviously Middle Eastern countries and other countries in Asia won't play them, they have to play in Europe, which means...
Wann ist denn eigentlich dieses Match zwischen Irland und Israel? Die wollten das doch auf neutralen Boden machen. Da würde ich gerne hingehen zu diesem Spiel. Also ich bin zwar kein Fußballfan, ich finde Fußball richtig Arsch, Alter. Fußball schauen ist was für völlige Versager, sorry. Aber das würde ich mir angucken. Schon alleine, weil ich die Fans sehen will, die gegenüber sitzen.
Because they have to play in Europe, which I don't think they would qualify.
Der Grund für den Dritten Weltkrieg. Ach ey, als hätte nicht schon angefangen.
Qualify in Asia anyway, because teams like Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and
Kein Dissens.
even teams like Qatar, I think would batter them. Going to Europe to try and qualify is even funnier because they're so terrible compared to European teams. So they end up just getting battered all the time. So they can pretty much like hardly, I don't know if they've ever qualified for the World Cup, but in recent years, they never qualify for the World Cup. And that's because they're so out of their depth. But for some reason, I guess because so many of them are dual passport holders, they think Israel in the World Cup. So they're posting loads of AI slop about Israel being in the World Cup when they're not. But yeah, that account is just like super fucking weird. And there's a lot of stuff when I watched it.
Findet am 4. Oktober statt. Okay.
Listen, I'm just like, this feels like it could only come from like an Israeli Instagram account. There was another one I watched. It was like a vegan bodybuilder who was like a convert to Hinduism or something. I'm just like, this feels like something that could only come out of this country.
This is what I'm eating today for breakfast as a professional bodybuilder, pure vegetarian.
Professional bodybuilder.
Follower of Sanatan Dharma here in Israel.
And then,
wo ist der denn Also, bei aller Liebe. Bei aller Liebe. Also man sieht, dass er Sport macht. Aber Professional, welcher Kategorie denn, Alter?
Professional bodybuilder, pure
Fliegengewicht oder was? Oder was weiß ich, Alter?
Pure vegetarian. Follower of Sanatan Dharma here.
Digga, so oft wie ich wichse, ich bräuchte nur ein bisschen Testo nehmen und würde so aussehen.
In Israel.
And then a few more that I found. These are the last ones. You get a lot of viral posts about people moving to Israel.
For literally 2 years, I used to think about living in Tel Aviv, and I'd be like, oh, that's not possible. Like, you just moved into a new apartment. You're 38, you're single. Like, that's not logical. That's not responsible. You have a dog, money, like all of the things. And I would play this game with myself. Like, some days I'd be like, no, it's possible. Some days I'd be like, absolutely not. And I just went back and
Vielleicht macht er bei U16 mit da, das kann sein.
forth with myself, and things just kept getting worse. Because when you're in the wrong environment or you're on the wrong path, the universe will send you very clear signs. Whether it's
Das Universum hat dir das Zeichen geschickt, Alter. Ein brennender Busch vielleicht?
now I'm living in Tel Aviv, and I've had the most beautiful identity upgrade of my life, and it's not because I'm
Identity Upgrade, Alter.
in Tel Aviv is because I stopped denying what was true.
We're not moving to Israel because we want to. We're moving to Israel
Because we have to.
it's our calling.
It's our calling.
And those two things are very different.
That's very different.
We had a really nice life in Brooklyn. We
In
had
Brooklyn.
Rachel, amazing
Sorry, muss mich über den Akzent, ist das Akzent oder Dialekt? Ich weiß es nicht, ich bin doof.
friends. Did I spend a lot of time on my therapy sessions talking about how hostile Brooklyn felt sometimes? Yes. Did we have bad anti-Semitic things happen to us there? Yes. But that's not why we're moving away. If we wanted to just move away for those reasons, we would stay in beautiful Florida.
Ja. Slay aus dem Luftschutzbunker.
But we're moving to Israel because it's our calling. There's a pull in our heart.
Das Universum schickt mir weißen Phosphor, nicht das Universum Bayer. Bayer schickt dir weißen Phosphor.
My Rebbitzin told me when on my last day in Brooklyn, I was really sad to be leaving our community, and she pulled me aside and she said, when you follow your hearts, good things will happen. Shout out Faith Leaner. And that's what I truly believe. I believe we have good things waiting for us.
Ach so, Bob, mach Winter wieder 10k, sonst gibt's Revo. Ey, als würdet ihr eine Revo zustande kriegen, ganz ehrlich, Alter.
In Israel, I believe we have an
Moin, Sama.
incredible future awaiting our daughters. Is there a hard reality? Yes, we know that. But
Der war mal 5k, ja, wurde abused.
I'm really excited to be on this journey and getting more emotional every single day.
Da fällt mir ein, warte. Ich hab neue Alerts. Warte mal, ich kann euch ja mal einen zeigen. Ich hab ja so Alerts für 160 Bits. Und da gibt's, ich hab 2 neue. Ich hab den.
Rausgekommen, ich bin kein Zionist, ich bin nur Low-Key zum Glück ein Zionist. Ich bin fürs Existenzrecht Israels, ja, bin ich auch.
Fuck, geht eine Sekunde zu lang, man sieht.
Steht also eine Chance.
Ja, halt dein Maul. Warte mal, ich muss den ein Stück kürzer machen. Ich muss den bei 25 Sekunden machen. Wir gucken jetzt einfach nochmal, weil er gut ist.
Rausgekommen, ich bin kein Zionist, ich bin nur Low-Key zum Glück ein Zionist. Fürs Existenzrecht Israels, ja, bin ich auch.
Fuck, immer noch zu kurz. Ey, wir müssen den noch ein bisschen kürzer machen. Wir müssen den auf 24 Sekunden machen. Wir testen nochmal. Guck mal.
Rausgekommen, ich bin kein Zionist, ich bin nur Low-Key zum Glück ein Zionist.
Danke, Boni.
Existenzrecht Israels, ja, bin ich auch.
Warum versteht sich Wasser so gut?
Ey, unterbrich mich nicht, das ist frech. Warte, weil können wir den Alert nochmal senden? Jetzt wird schwierig, Alter. Aber ich zeige euch erstmal noch den anderen neuen Alert. Können wir den Alert nochmal senden? Nee, können wir gar nicht. Scheiße. Monetarisierung? Wieso geht das nicht? Hä? Okay, warte, wir müssen den 1-Bit-Alert einfach löschen. Ich lösche einfach den 1-Bit-Alert.
But we all know YG, the ways and choices and paths YG takes and makes kinda are not for us to judge because we will not understand them anyway or something.
Ist so, Rede.
Streamt ja eh nicht, da kann ich auch hier Bits schicken.
Siehste, danke, Bunilin. Geil, danke. Vielen Dank. Jetzt geht's, ja, jetzt. Also ich habe mehrere Alerts und wenn man das auswählt, dann kommen Random Alerts.
But we all know YG, the ways and choices.
Gut, jetzt kommt nochmal der gleiche. Das ist doof. Das ist doof.
Not for us to judge.
Ah, vielen Dank.
We will not understand them anyway or something.
Or something, ja.
Ja, geht okay.
Moment. Was Moment? Chill mal. Muss ein Video weiter gucken.
Das ist rausgekommen. Ich bin kein Zionist, ich bin nur low-key zum Glück ein Zionist. Ich bin fürs Existenzrecht Israels, ja, bin ich auch.
Geil. So, wir wissen jetzt, wir können die noch mal eine Sekunde kürzer machen. Mal 3 Erinnerungen speichern. Wunderbar. Läuft's auch.
So again, the context just changes everything. Like moving to another country to start a new life, pretty common thing many people do. And I guess pretty relatable for people like to watch that content. But in the context of, I am moving to Israel while it's doing a genocide because I feel like I have to either escape anti-Semitism in Brooklyn, or I just booked a one-way ticket to Tel Aviv and I wanted to stay there. And again, the context changes everything because you're living in a country where people have been kicked out of their homes and they can never come back because the country was built on this and constantly, and is still right now, stealing people's homes. It's allowing people like you from LA and Brooklyn to come to the occupied West Bank and buy up homes. And it's actually encouraging people to do that, as we've seen with all these land sales in London and Brooklyn, London and New York and places like this. And it's just like, you know, so sick to think about all of these people living in Palestine right now who can't even like leave. They can't leave. And if they even travel to Israel for work, or they have to travel, you know, through the West Bank and stuff, they're constantly harassed by Israeli soldiers.
Yeah.
But here people from LA and Brooklyn can just come to Israel and become citizens and live there forever if they want to. And they're talking about how magical it is, how great it is there. And I haven't seen this movie, but everyone talks about the zone of interest, which is kind of about, you know,
Oh, Zone of Interest, ja. Geiler Film, Alter. Der ist richtig absurd, Alter. So steckt mir das Leben in Tel Aviv auch vor.
Living this sort of life right next to a concentration camp. And that is basically what Israel is in many cases. Like, even before the genocide, even before 2021, even before 2014, you're living next to Gaza, which is in essence, for a lot of people, basically like an open-air prison. They didn't have
It's an open-air prison, nicht basically.
access to water. They didn't have access to electricity. They didn't have all these things. Gaza was a very hard place to live in because of the Israeli and Egyptian blockade and stuff. And these people just never had freedom. They couldn't leave. Even Israel, like, destroying its airport and stuff. And here you have people randomly just going there. But like I said, in the bubble, these comments, if you want to go and find these videos, the comments aren't saying, oh, that's pretty fucked up, you can do that. Oh, have you ever thought about, you know, people who live in Palestine can't do this sort of thing. They don't have freedom of movement. It's all so supportive. It's also supportive, and all of these clips have often like tens of thousands of likes because that is the bubble these people live in. They go on social media every day, and like many of you who might have become radicalized because of what you've been seeing on Twitter and Instagram, all this terrible footage, these people don't even see that. So it's not even so much like they're closing their eyes.
Oh, weiß ich nicht, das Täter schützen. Die wissen es nicht besser. Da werden Täter geschützt. Ich würde sowas nicht sagen.
Or closing their ears like you saw at the Democratic Convention when they all didn't want to know about the atrocities in Gaza.
Glaube ich nicht. Da wird den also nee, kann ich nicht akzeptieren.
It's they don't even see it. This is the bubble they live in, and they're never leaving it. So they all just encourage each other to stay in this bubble and get worse and worse and worse. So you can have people talking about their struggles and
wir wussten ja nicht, was da passiert. Nee, glaube ich nicht,
not being
Alter.
able to make rent and how dating in Tel Aviv is really hard while also supporting Israel's war with Iran on the same page. And no one thinks that's weird because it's a reflection of a society generally, a hyper-militarized society that takes certain elements of Western culture and certain things that we find relatable and certain things that reflect Western countries, because so many of these people are actually from Western countries that aren't Israel. And we see that and we're like, this looks like normal social media from countries that are fairly normal, but with the context of so many...
Das ist mir zu viel good faith, ja.
These people also supporting the worst crimes against humanity and being like insanely racist. So again, wasn't like a massive point to this video, but I think it plays into a lot of the content I've been making more recently about what it's like to actually be in Israel, I've seen this, so you have to see it. That is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you made it this far, thank you for watching.
Na, siehst du? War ein Video, wa?